Why is it so hard to tell a meaningful story that your colleagues, clients, or even family and friends will pay attention to? Let's start by restating the obvious. The competition for time and attention of people everywhere is under assault, and pressure on their time will continue to rise. There's just no end in sight. Just think of how many times you and your colleagues or friends have talked about having too much to read or to see or to do and not enough time to do it. There's never been a moment in history when there's been more information available or when the challenges communicating effectively has been as great. There's a tidal wave of new and seemingly ever-changing technologies also to deliver that information. For example, did you know that there are nearly as many cell phones in the world as there are people? As a result, most people say communications and media face constant, unrelenting change. Yet that's not quite accurate. In the 1980s, we were teaching about the end of the traditional divisions between media and the move to content that would be available kind of where and when and however people wanted it. As part of this ongoing work to chisel out insights about disruptive changes that typify media and communications, the Media Management Center reported on 3 forces that will not change as they shape all forms of communication in the future. As I shared our insights with professionals around the globe, they named them after me. They called them John's 3 Truths. No matter where you are, no matter what type of organization you're in, the 3 truths are at the heart of the challenge you and each of us face if we're going to be able to create effective communications in the digital age. You need to understand the 3 truths. You need to understand them because they limit in a profound way every person you want to reach with your content, whether it's the staff member down the hall or the customer or the citizen or the supporter far away. John's first truth. It's a restatement of what I said earlier. There's an ever-rising tidal wave of information about every subject, and it will continue to rise forever. In the introductory video for this course, I noted that in 2011 I put the words coffee cup into Google for a search. I did it because there was one in front of me. A coffee cup. In under a minute, I got more than 16 million hits. In mid-2013, I again put coffee cup into Google search, and I got 130 million results, up from 16 million. If there are that many results for something as mundane as a coffee cup, think of the amount of information there is about absolutely every subject. And if that isn't one way to think about it, try this. These get replaced by Google Glass. Google Glass is connected to my cell phone, which is connected to the internet, which is connected to the world. And on this little lens, I can ask Glass to give me a map to go around the world. I can ask it to show me the latest news. I can read the latest book or take a video of you if you're there. Think of all the ways we've just begun to nick at that will be opened up by this kind of technology, by wristwatches and other things that will tie us to the rest of the world. The tidal wave of Law 1 is ever rising, and it's getting bigger and bigger. So that's truth 1. John's second truth is that each of us has only 24 hours in our day, 1,440 minutes. No amount of technological or scientific advance will ever add one more minute to that 1,440 minute day that you have and I have and everyone has. So think what that means if you put together the first truth about the tidal wave and the second truth about an absolute number of minutes. If you were interested even in coffee cups, look at all of the other activities that are competing for your time: eating, sleeping, working, learning, being with colleagues, being with family, significant others, and friends. The lesson here is that important things like eating or talking to your boss or family member are competing all the time for your attention and for the attention of the people you want to reach with your content. It's vital that you recognize that ferocious competition. Indeed, it's helpful to picture the person or people you hope will pay attention to your content and recognize that their first priority is something that matters to them. It's not your message. Actually, even if the information you're sending their way is valuable to them, the pressure on their lives to do other essential things nearly always outweighs what you want them to know. The third truth is that the world is becoming an ever more complicated place. That's good, because if you can give people what they really want, they may give you their time. But how are you going to get the audience's precious attention? To begin, you must have a far deeper understanding of that audience, one that goes way beyond what content creators typically possess. In addition, even if your content is valuable and you can get them to pay attention, your messages must be engaging and delivered where, when, and how they want it. If it's boring, or delivered at work when they only have time to read it later on a bus, or at home when they want to be with their kids, they won't look at it at all. The growth of the coffee cup results in a Google search seems dramatic, and it is, but it pales in comparison to what is happening in every organization around the globe with data, information, and messages.